What if I told you?
The man I loved, the one who called me his world, who put a ring on my finger, only did it for $5,000 and a laugh with his buddies. No, this isn't a movie. This is what happens when love is a punchline. And I was the joke. Let me rewind. We met at someone else's wedding. He was the best man. I was a bitter guest. My ex had just gotten engaged. I only came for the open bar. He came up to me like it was fate. You look like you hate being here. I did. We talked. We drank. He made me laugh. You know, the kind of laugh that sneaks out when you haven't smiled in months. 3 days later, he sent a text. I haven't stopped thinking about your laugh. Let me ruin your life properly. I thought it was charming. I didn't know it was foreshadowing. Our first date? He picked me up in the rain with my favorite coffee. Second date? He remembered what I said about hating loud bars, so he took me to a bookstore and just sat with me on the floor reading random titles. I thought I was dreaming. My friends loved him. My mom called him finally someone who treats you right. I ignored the red flags, like how he never let me post pictures of us, or how he avoided serious questions with jokes. He proposed 11 months later, on a beach. Candles. Guitar guy. He whispered, I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I said yes like an idiot. We got married in a small ceremony. Intimate. Just 20 people. He didn't want a big wedding. Said he hates attention. I thought it was sweet. 2 years passed. We fought sometimes, like all couples. He worked late a lot, but he always brought home flowers, takeout, some little sorry I was gone gesture. And then, one ordinary Saturday, I was cleaning. I found a USB stick in his drawer, labeled Stag Night. Do not delete. I almost tossed it, but something in my gut said, watch it. And so I did. I plugged it into my laptop like someone opening Pandora's box. Inside, one single file, a video. I hit play. At first it was just noise. Drunk men shouting, laughing, someone dropping a beer bottle. And then, his voice. My husband. On screen, holding a drink, shirtless, red-faced. Okay, listen up. Y'all said I wouldn't do it. Laughter. But I did. I proposed. I'm gonna marry her. So, where's my money, huh? More shouting. $5,000. I married the loneliest girl in the city. Pay up. What? My body went still, but the video kept going. Someone asked, You serious, bro? You actually married her? Him. She was practically begging for it. Girl's desperate. It's like she thinks I'm her soulmate or something. They laughed. I cried. On screen, he did an impression of me. Oh my God, babe, you're my everything. He mimicked my voice. They howled. And then, he said it. I'll stay for a year, Max. Maybe less. Depends how fast I can flip it into a condo. A condo. I was a real estate strategy. I was a bet. I was a joke. I slammed the laptop shut, sat on the floor, cried like I was in a movie. Except this wasn't fiction. This was my life. This was my marriage. And I was supposed to be the lucky one. I didn't confront him that night. I wanted to. I wanted to scream, break plates, call his mother. But I didn't. Instead, I made tea, sat on the balcony, and plotted revenge. Not petty revenge, cinematic, slow burn, make him regret every breath revenge. But first, I had to be sure. I needed more. So I searched. His emails, his texts, his call logs. And oh, I found them. Screenshots from group chats. Dude, she bought you a car? You better stay married at least 6 months. Don't fumble the bag. Imagine sleeping next to her every night. Yikes! One message read, "Honestly, I thought she'd catch on by now." Yeah, me too. I used to believe in karma. But after watching that video, I decided karma was taking too long. So I made a choice. If I was going to be a bet, I'd be the most expensive, explosive, unforgettable bet he'd ever regret. Step 1, pretend like I knew nothing. I kissed him the next morning, made pancakes, asked about his day. He smiled like he was in control. You know what's scarier than betrayal? Faking a smile while planning a war. I bought time. I collected data. I printed the messages, saved the video to 6 separate folders, uploaded it to cloud drives, scheduled backup sends. I turned into the FBI. Step 2, plant the bomb. I texted his group chat from his phone while he was in the shower. Big night this Saturday, come to the rooftop lounge. She's throwing me a surprise party. LMAO. They loved it. No way, she's clueless. Tell her to wear white so she looks extra dumb. I noted their names, filed it under. Idiots who need to be publicly embarrassed. Step 3, invite everyone else. His mom, his co-workers, my family, our friends, the caterer, the photographer. Oh yeah, I hired a photographer. If I was going to shatter a man's life, it was gonna be in 4K. The night came, I wore white. Tight, expensive, glowing white. Everyone arrived. He walked in, confused. Wait, what is this? I kissed him on the cheek and said, a celebration of honesty. He smiled like a fool. Everyone cheered. I took the mic. Thank you all for coming tonight. I know you all love my husband. I know you think he's charming, loyal, devoted. Nervous chuckles. He shifted. I continued. But I want to share the real story of how our marriage began. I plugged in the USB. The screen lit up. There he was, shirtless, yelling, "If I marry her, you owe me $5,000." The room went silent. Dead silent. Then came the voices, the quotes, the laugh track of betrayal. His mother gasped. My father stood up. Someone dropped a wine glass. He lunged for the laptop, but too late. It was on loop. I turned back to him. So tell them, was it worth it? He stammered. It was a joke. It wasn't real. I didn't mean it. I pulled out the printed texts. And these group chat jokes, Want to read them out loud? His friends started sneaking out. One tripped. I didn't stop them. He turned red. "You ruined my life," he whispered. I leaned in and smiled. "No, you bet on it." And I walked out. That was 2 years ago. Since then, I divorced him. Took everything legally possible. His apartment, gone. His online reputation, tanked. I emailed the video to every hiring manager on LinkedIn he ever messaged. Was that petty? Maybe. But I'm done apologizing for hurting people who tried to destroy me first. And him? Last I heard, he's single, couch surfing and telling everyone I manipulated him. Cute. He wanted to play games? I just played better. And for anyone who thinks this story is too crazy to be true, let me ask you something. How well do you really know the person sleeping next to you? Because I thought I knew my husband. Until I hit play.